sweet friends, welcome back to the Lucy Chronicles. Today's video is going to be my very special December TBR. So by special, I mean that December is going to be the month of my Tinsel and Tales readathon. It's going to go the entire month of December, but my TBR is going to have a little bit of a twist. So Steve, my sweet, handsome, and amazing husband, his birthday is December 3rd. And as is the trend here in BookTube, I am allowing Steve to select my TBR for the month of December. That means that he's going to be selecting books for all of the prompts for the Tinsel and Tales readathon. We had huge plans for this video, you guys. We were going to be sitting here together. He was going to have the books wrapped and hand them to me to open, and November just got away from us, y'all. We were on opposite shifts pretty much the entire month. We only had a few select days that we were off together, and those particular days were just booked full of other things, and we just kept putting it off. We're like, oh, we'll get to it. And now it's the end of November. So we have decided to set this up a little bit differently. So he filmed a clip of him basically telling all of us, myself included, the books that he has selected for the prompts. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert that clip here. And then at the end, I will kind of reflect, give you my thoughts, and like talk about like my reaction to the books that he selected.
Yo, hey, I'm coming at you with, apparently I get to pick Lucy's TBR for December because December 3rd is my birthday. So I've never done these videos before, so we'll see what happens. She's got some lists for me to follow, and I have chosen some books for her, so hopefully this will work. All right, the first one is Christmas in the title, and I am also choosing for The Christmas Carol, which is also a classic, but obviously we have Christmas right there, so we fulfill it. We got some lovely little coffee drink right here. All right, next thing in on this is on the TBR since last Christmas, and we are going to go with Kite Runner, and this is by, Kahald Hossein. Not sure if I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't. All right, and then we got a holiday romance, which, to be honest with you, I have no idea what to choose. So thank you for the amazing, look at this, all these suggestions. So I get to actually choose from that, which is awesome. And I'm actually going to go with Catching Christmas by Terry Blackstock. The next one is The Nativity. So honestly, we're just going to read the Bible for that one and sit down together. And I think we're actually going to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas special, since they also talk about the Nativity. But we also have Star from Afar that has the Nativity as well. All right, and then the next one is going to be the free gift. So I'm just going to let her choose because obviously it's a free gift. All right, and then we got festive cover. All right, so for the festive cover, we are going to go with this right here, which is A Baxter's Family Christmas. And that is an awesome house. Really wouldn't mind having that. All right, movie adaptation. Okay, so we are actually going to go with The Grinch. And which is actually in this book of 6 books. And right there is going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So read this, and then we will watch the movie. Oh. All right. Next one is going to be Snow on the Cover. And we will go with Christmas Cake Murders by Joanne Fluke. Obviously, there is snow all over. This could also fulfill a festive cover, but you know, it's all right. All right, and then our last and final one is going to be a Christmas mystery. And then I am doing Cold Pursuit by Nancy Mell. We'll see if I said that right. I mean, this looks pretty good. Sounds like a mystery, kind of like a cold case type of thing. Plus also, I mean, you got snow on the cover as well. All right, y'all. This is for my first little video. I think it went pretty well. All right, so this, and then we also have a little bit of other things here. We have the Let It Snow thing, so we also have snow on the cover, and this could just be a backup, just in case if one of my picks is not good enough. That is Lucy's December TBR. Thank you so much, and she'll be back with another video. I don't do that thing. I'm just here to look good and drink my drink.
So let's go ahead and review the books that he selected for me. The first prompt is Christmas in the title, and for that one he chose A Christmas Carol, and I could not be more thrilled because I read this every year. I've read it every year for the last like 4 years, and so I was planning to read this anyway, and so the fact that he selected it for one of the prompts just means it's one less book that I need to read. I think that my edition is gorgeous. Like, it's the Reader's Digest, and Reader's Digest is always just on point with their edition. Okay, prompt number 2 is a book that's been on your TBR since last Christmas, and he selected The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. Is that how you say it? And I'm actually really excited about this. I'm a little nervous. Editing Lucy here, guys. I just realized I didn't tell you guys what this is about. Mostly because I don't know what it's about, so I'm just gonna read the back real quickly here. This powerful first novel tells a story of fierce cruelty and fierce yet redeeming love. Both transform the life of Amir, Khalid Hosseini's privileged young narrator, who comes of age during the last peaceful days of the monarchy, just before his country's revolution and its invasion by Russian forces. But political events, even as dramatic as the ones that are presented in The Kite Runner, are only a part of this story. In The Kite Runner, Khalid Hosseini gives us a vivid and engaging story that reminds us how long his people have been struggling to triumph over the forces of violence, forces that continue to threaten them even today. So, it sounds a little political. I'm a little bit nervous to see what direction it goes, but I will definitely update you. Okay, back to the video. Okay, the third one is a holiday romance, and he selected Catching Christmas by Terry Blackstock, which I'm really excited about because I actually really want to read that book. Hey guys, editing Lucy again. Realized I didn't tell you what this book is about either, so I'm just gonna read the little blurb from the Kindle Unlimited here, if I can. Okay, so yes, Catching Christmas. As a first-year law student, a first-year law associate, if I could talk, Sydney Batson knows she will be updating her resume by New Year's if she loses her current case. So when her grandmother goes inexplicably ill while Sydney is in court, she arranges for a cab to take her grandmother to the clinic. As the last thing cab driver Finn Parrish wants is to be saddled with a wheelchair-bound old lady with dementia. But because Miss Callie reminds him of his own mother, whom he failed miserably in her last days, he can't say no when she keeps calling him for rides. Once a successful gourmet chef, Finn's biggest concern now is paying his rent. But half the time Callie doesn't remember to pay him. And as she starts to feel better, she leads him on wild goose chases to find a Christmas date for her granddaughter. When Finn meets Sydney, he's quite certain she's never needed help finding a date. Does Miss Callie have an ulterior motive, or is this just a mission driven by delusions? He's willing to do whatever he can to help fulfill Callie's Christmas wish. He just never expected to be a vital part of it. It sounds so cute, y'all. It'll fulfill the romance prompt, and the cover is absolutely adorable, so it's going to fulfill other prompts, but This is probably going to be one of the first ones I read. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Okay, back to the video again. And Steve said that we will be sitting down as a couple to read the Nativity. And then we read it, obviously, on Christmas Eve in church. But the purpose of this prompt is to encourage you to read it outside of church. So with your family, kind of reflect on the birth of our Savior, the gift that is Jesus, and the true reason for the season, if you will. So we have the free space in the middle, and I'm actually going to come back to that one just to keep y'all kind of in suspense on what I'm choosing. A festive cover. So I think he said that he is going to do A Baxter Family Christmas by Karen Kingsbury. Hi guys, Editing Lucy here. So upon reading the back of that book, I discovered that there are spoilers in that book to books in the Baxter series that I have not read yet. So I asked Steve if it would be okay if he selected a different book for the festive prompt, and he said that it would be totally fine. So I think he said that it would be fine for me to read this one, which is the Max Lucado Christmas Collection. It's 3 Little Christmas Stories by Max Lucado, whom I very much regard very highly. That was really bad grammar. I'm sorry, y'all. It is late. I'm at the tail end of Sprints with Chrissy here, and so I'm pretty sleepy. But I need to get this video edited so I can get it up. Anyway, so this is what I will be reading for the festive cover. I think it's really cute, and yeah. And if I don't get to it, y'all, there are so many other books that I've already mentioned that will count as festive covers, so not super worried. Okay, back to the video. Read a book that has been adapted into a movie and then go and watch the movie. And for this one, he selected The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. And I'm actually really excited about this too, because this is another book that I read every year around the holidays. And we watch the movie every year. I think we watch all of their adaptations, honestly. We watch all 3 that I know of. The original, the Jim Carrey, and then the more recent one that came out 5 years ago. So not very recent, but the most recent one. That's the better way to say it. So, okay. So then a book with snow on the cover or snow in the title. And I do believe he selected, I can't remember. It was either Cold Pursuit or Christmas Cupcake Murder. I think it was Cold Pursuit. No. Pause. Let me go check. It was Christmas Cupcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. This cover is stunning, y'all. So this is part of the Hannah Swenson series. Editing Lucy here. I'm going to read this flap to ya. I'm really bad at telling y'all what these are about. Okay, so as December turns Lake Eden, Minnesota into the North Pole, the heat is on in Hannah Swenson's kitchen to honor 2 Christmas promises, baking irresistible holiday cupcakes and preventing a person who attempted murder from succeeding the second time around. While Hannah speeds through a lengthy holiday checklist, drama in town grows like Santa's waistline on Christmas Eve. Her sister Andrea wants to stave off the blues by helping out at the cookie jar. Michelle's love life is becoming complicated. Lisa needs Hannah's advice, and Dolores has a Christmas secret she's not willing to share. Am I even in frame? But nothing dampens the holiday mood more than the chilling mystery surrounding the man found near death in an abandoned storefront 2 doors down from Hannah's bakery. The befuddled John Doe can't recall a thing about himself except for his unusual knowledge of restoring antique furniture. With a smattering of clues and barely enough time to frost Christmas cookies, Hannah must solve a deadly puzzle that could leave her dashing through the snow for her life. Back to the video. I think what's super nostalgic about it is that they all take place in Minnesota, and they have recipes in here that I'm here for. Rainbow pickles. Y'all, I'm not even kidding you. This is a recipe. Rainbow pickles. Look at that. A jar of dill pickle spears, a cup of white sugar, a cup of cold water, and 2 packets unsweetened Kool-Aid. That sounds just disgusting enough to make it worth trying. That is what he selected for the snow on the cover prompt. Okay. And then the last prompt on the bingo board is to read a Christmas mystery. And so that's the one he chose Cold Pursuit for. I don't know what this is about. I really do. Should we read the back? Ex-FBI profiler River Ryland still suffers from PTSD after a case went horribly wrong. Needing a fresh start, she moves to St. Louis to be near her ailing mother and opens a private investigation firm with her friend and former FBI partner, Tony St. Clair. They're soon approached by a grieving mother who wants them to find out what happened to her teenage son, who disappeared 4 years ago. River knows there's almost no hope the boy is still alive, but his mother needs closure, and River and Tony need a case, no matter how cold it might be. But as they follow the boy's trail, which gets more complicated at every turn, they find themselves in the path of a murderer determined to punish anyone who gets in his way. As River and Tony race to stop him before he kills again, an even more dangerous threat emerges, stirring up the past that haunts River and plotting an end to her future. It sounds really good. We might have to swap these. This might have to be the snow on the cover, and this might have to be the Christmas mystery, because this one's not subject to Christmas at all. Like, I don't think Christmas is in it. So I may have to just swap these. This will be for the snow on the cover, and this will be the Christmas mystery. But God bless Steve for selecting a book that I really literally never would have even thought of. But for the middle square, y'all, this is not a Christmas book, but Celestria and I are planning to buddy read. This is bugging me. Let me get this up here. Get this up here. Cookie Bait. I don't remember the author's name, but this is on Kindle Unlimited, and I saw Paige reading this on one of my sprints, and I was like, what is that about? And I went and I looked on Kindle Unlimited, and then Cece and I were video chatting with Micah and Steve, and I read the description because I was like, this sounds so good. And Micah was cringing the whole time. Steve was cringing pretty much the whole time. But Celestria was like, oh my gosh, Lucy, that sounds so good. And then we decided we need to buddy read it. And we're going to be ready reading it in December. So that's probably going to be my middle square. Y'all, what is with me forgetting to read all these descriptions? I think I maybe read one during the actual filming of this video. All the rest of them have been afterthoughts, and I'm so sorry about that. I am going to try to do better at that next year. But this one that I held you in suspense in through the entire video, and then I had the audacity to forget to read the little blurb. I even talked about the blurb and how Micah and Steve were cringing, and Cece was like, yes, please. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. At least that's what my best friend Tessa tells me when she wrangles me into testing out her latest alternative to dating apps. She believes that a little cookie bribery is all it takes to land Prince Charming. It's up to me to protect Tessa from herself and the entire male population of Cache Valley from her baking. When Tessa has a cookie emergency, I dash to her rescue only to run into, literally, the most attractive man I've ever seen. It wouldn't have been a problem if there hadn't been sparks. There were. And I didn't dump my cookies and dash like a baked goods Cinderella. I did. Luckily, I will never see him again and have to relive that embarrassment. That is, until my cookie Prince Charming starts working in the department next to me. I was out to prove Tessa wrong, but what if the man I accidentally cookie baited is Mr. Right? The other book that I'm determined to finish in December, and that's because we weren't able to finish it this month, is Across the Ages by Gabriel Meyer. It took an eon for Celestria to get her copy, and so we started it a lot later than we intended, but we are on chapter 8, and I think we're going to read 2 chapters a day through December, so this is another one that will get read in December. So, one last thing from editing Lucy here. I forgot to mention that Cece and Nikki from Writing for Jesus and I are buddy reading this, so that is why I had to put it on pause, because Cece had not gotten her copy yet, and then we started reading it late, and then we got distracted with other holiday things, tidings of Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So, but we have decided that in December we are going to continue to read 2 chapters a day and finish in December. So, back to the video. Last time, I think. Fingers crossed. Okay, one last thing I want to mention is that there are a couple other readathons going on in December. I would really like to participate in them, but I need to set some boundaries and just accept the fact that I can't do it all, because December is going to be crazy. Like, I can guarantee I'm not going to read all these, y'all. These books. How many are there anyway? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nakana Monte Cristo. That's 16 books. There's no way. There's no way. I think my record for books read in a month is 13. If I read like a crazy lady, I could do it. I just want to throw that disclaimer out that in no way, shape, or form do I think that I'm going to read all of these books. I'm going to do the best I can. But if you noticed, most of these books fulfill several of the prompts on the bingo board. And again, I know I said this in the announcement video. I did that on purpose so that even if you don't read a different book for every prompt, you should be able to still get close to a bingo just with a few different books. So, all right, guys, that ends this video. Everybody make sure to comment down below and wish Steve a happy birthday. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.